Welcome, welcome, everyone.
Peace and blessings, everyone.
Peace and blessings to all of you. Welcome to Melanated Sisters Sacred Soul Talk on this Tuesday. I know it's chilly in most of the country. If you're in the U.S., it's chilly down here in Florida too. I'm a little wrapped up. Sister,
Wow.
Andre, how's it going with you?
It's been cold. It's been cold, but I've been using this time to reset and just recharge and restore. So looking at the positive side of things and utilizing the time that we don't always, give ourselves when the world is busy. But when the world shuts down, we should definitely take it for a benefit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely. That's how I look at we don't have any storms now, but when we have our storms in the summer, I say, okay, this is the time to just tune in. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh yes, thank you, peace, Sister Sabrina. Thank you, thank you for
Peace, Sister
the
Sabrina.
greetings. Thank you. So nice to have you here, Sister Latifa. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. And I don't know your name, but I'm going to greet you anyway. Greetings to at M Love. Okay, that's what we see. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And a big greetings to Natty Dredka. I hope I said that right. Peace and power. That's right. Sister
Yes.
Ajay and I were just talking about power in a very interesting way, just a few minutes before the stream. So
Yes.
wonderful, wonderful. Um, you know, it's always wonderful to reflect on, how we meditate, right, Sister Aj? Um,
Yes.
how do we use it, during the day? And I use it in a variety of ways, and I love when I discover new ways as well. I often
Right.
talk about meditation can be in my garden. One time tending to my plants, once I'm looking to see if they're all right, I'm like right there with the plant. Like they take me into, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just thinking about the plant and what I'm noticing. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that to say that sometimes people think, oh, well, I have to do something, you know, um, special or magnificent. There are various ways to meditate. You can meditate with your eyes open. You can look
Yes.
at a bird, a butterfly. You can, look at the moon, right, Sister Aj? What are some
Yes.
ways that you find that you're in meditation um, during the week.
When I can stop my thoughts, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to work on that diligently and consistent because I had to acknowledge that I am an overthinker and I am an
Mm-hmm.
overanalyzer. And I never would let my mind really rest. And now
Mm-hmm.
that's like the most important thing for me now is
Mm-hmm.
to let my mind rest and to carve out time where my mind can rest and my thoughts can just go away for a minute. And so I've been
Mm-hmm.
really working on shutting, my mind off, shutting my phone off, stop taking calls at certain times of the night. I'm not eating at certain times of the night. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
thinking about certain things at certain times of the night. Just let my mind rest. And I think we deserve, as the people that we've had to be and the people that we've had to show up as, and all the things that we've had to do, definitely dealing with our minds stay consumed so much of our existence,
Mm-hmm.
which is why a lot of times sleep apnea and sleep deprivation is very present in our community. Our
Yes.
people are not sleeping. It's one thing to, fall asleep and be exhausted, right? But it's another thing to rest, because rest
Absolutely.
is restoration for the soul, not just
Mm-hmm.
being asleep, but resting the soul. And so
Mhm.
I try to participate even during the day when you were saying you can meditate with your eyes open, just to stop my thoughts sometimes, just to have a
Mhm.
conscious thought to say, Ajay, stop thinking right now.
Mhm.
I start using my driving time as meditation, just to
Yeah.
turn off everything,
Mhm.
music, everything. Of course, I'm still paying attention to the road, but my mind is not on anything particular.
Yeah, I find so I often like to travel the road, less travel. That's what I say. So I will purposely take a back road and not take the highway, so I could have that driving open eye experience. And sometimes I can just see some beautiful things. Yeah, yeah. Oh, welcome, Coco. Welcome, Coco Leon, and welcome, Sister Antisha. Welcome,
Yes,
welcome, welcome.
welcome.
Um, some of the things that when I think about, I want to talk about how just taking several deep breaths is a meditation, because
Hmm.
often we might be in a place, we might be on our jobs, we might be amongst other people. You might come up with a situation where someone has said something to you that would irritate you or anger you. And over the years, I have learned that if I remember to take, let's say, 3 to 5 deep breaths before I speak, I'm in a whole different. That was a mini meditation, because
Mm.
the
Yes.
breathing is what makes the connection, the focusing on your breath. We can give you a variety of meditations, right, Sister Ajay? There's a variety
Yeah.
of ways to meditate, but they all involve being aware of your breath.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And if you can
Because
do
when
that,
you're aware of your breath, you're able to stay within your peace.
mm-hmm,
It's
absolutely.
very challenging for someone to take you outside of your character or your peace,
Mm-hmm,
or put you in a energy that you don't want to be in, a negative
mm-hmm,
energy that you don't want to be in, when you just breathe.
mm-hmm,
And a
absolutely.
lot of times we think that breath is on autopilot. We think it's automatic when it's really not, because a lot of times, in session at Sweet Spot, we find that people are really not breathing. People are shallow breathing.
Yes, yes,
And that's
yes.
just enough for your body to just be alive, but
Mm-hmm,
a deep diaphragm breath, that what we utilize in meditation, is breathing through the diaphragm and the pelvic. That's something you have to get real still, and you have to pause.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
can't be moving around and busy and doing multitasking and all of that in deep breathing. You can't.
Right. That's
Deep
right.
breathing consists of you stopping and being still.
That's right. That's right.
And a lot of times this is how we can manage our breath, by knowing that you're really not breathing. If you're doing a lot of busyness, and I know we like to multitask, do a lot of things and call ourselves being productive, but a lot of that is energy that you're exerting, and you're really not taking a full breath.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree. Definitely. Yeah. You know what just came up for me too, Sister Ajay, that another reason why we are shallow breathers is because of our individual and collective trauma. So we
Shay.
learn how to hold things in and not fully live
Mm-hmm.
to survive. And that can affect our natural inclination to take a deep breath. I'm gonna bring in, and I ask everybody to bear with me. Right, I'm gonna talk about. I have a dog named Pata, and I notice on a regular basis, he's very active. During the day, he's going, going, going. And what I notice, when the sun comes down, he lay down, and I noticed that he will often, right? he often takes a deep breath. I didn't teach him that. That's something
Mm-hmm.
that's natural to, so I bring that up to say that
Mm-hmm.
that we need to understand that deep breathing, which is meditation, is part of meditation, needs to become part of our daily focus. Just like we say
Yeah.
we need to drink water, we need to breathe
Mhm.
more.
Yes. And
Yeah.
breathe deeper and fully.
Deeper and fully. Yes, yes. Yeah, thank you, Bridget. And yet, absolutely, Sister Latifa, outdoor walking is definitely meditation. It's
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah. So there's a variety of different ways. And I just wanted to, put that out there because sometimes people think, well, I don't have time to meditate. You do.
Mm-hmm.
You have to begin to think about um, uh, how to rejuvenate yourself or how to reset yourself as
Mm-hmm.
things during the day try to pull your attention away or pull your energy away or um, trigger you to become fearful, because that's what we've been talking about. And there's a
Yes.
lot of that. We normally deal with that. Like I said, our individual and collective trauma. We've been dealing with that our whole entire life, but I also speak to the time that we're living in, and this is why we do this live stream to give you an opportunity to meditate with us, and there's also a there's a power and a unity
Mm-hmm.
and cohesiveness um,
Mm-hmm.
with meditating with others, even in this environment where we're in Zoom, because what that will do, and I think Sister Ajay can attest to that, that's going to help you when you're not meditating with others
Mm-hmm.
come back within yourself individually, like, okay, you know what, maybe I'll take a break now. It's similar to if someone wants to exercise, if they want to physically exercise and they join together with a group of sisters. So when they join together, when you're exercising with the sisters or brothers, because I'm not sure, we have some brothers watching the call, you feel motivated, right? And you feel even more motivated to do the exercise. In this case, I'm talking about meditation on your own because of the good feeling that
Yeah.
you discovered being with in the company of others and being able to come back maybe to that group and even check in with yourself and say, oh, last week, I
Mm-hmm.
felt such and such a way, and this is the week that I had, now let me come this week and see,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So yeah.
Because both of what you're speaking of when you talked about fitness, physical fitness, that's a practice and meditation is a practice. Both of them are practices. And
Mm-hmm.
so you have to carve out time, just like people wake up 5 a.m. to go to the gym, or 5 a.m. to take a walk, or 5 a.m. to go to yoga, or whatever you caught time out for
Mm-hmm.
is part of your regimen and your practice. And
Absolutely.
meditation is a practice as well. And so we created this platform to utilize meditation as an art of wellness,
Mm-hmm.
because meditation, just like fitness helps people be healthier and well, meditation definitely assists people with health and wellness. And that's why when you first enter the call in the live stream, we have up 10 reasons of what the benefits of meditation is.
Mm-hmm.
So you can know there's a purpose for us to come together in this way on this
Mm-hmm.
virtual live stream, because one, it's a way to unify our healing, where we can heal together and we can support one another as we heal. And that's important as a community. And the power of meditation when we come together in unity is also great as well. And just to be able to strengthen people in meditation, if it's something that you have began, and you just want to make sure, like Sister Umi says, you have a platform with other people, like-minded people, to gather every week to strengthen your meditational practice for people who've been meditating for a long time, just to make sure you can get stronger in your meditation and use it for, like Sister Umi said, at times when you can't meditate, build up your spiritual armor, um so you can be well endowed for the things that may come up in life that's stressful, that's traumatizing. We talked about trauma, that's irritating, that's agitating to your spirit, that takes away your power, that de-energizes you, that pisses you off. You can utilize meditation to just stay inside your power. Because we have got to be very intentional about how we exert our energy in these days and times. We have to definitely contain our energy for power. We cannot be allowing our power and our energy to be useless and utilized for minuscule, meaningless things. We got to really, really stand 10 toes down with using our energy for something that is empowering, something that can advance us, something that can elevate us, something that can evolve us. And the reason why we created this platform, and we talked last week and decided to have a part 2, is that fear is a big thing that can rob us of our power. Fear is a big thing that robs us of a lot of things about our greatness. And so we never really talk about fear too much. It's almost like we as a people, as a community, is scared to talk about fear. We're scared to face fear in the face of fear. And when we face fear, we disempower fear.
Absolutely.
We dismantle fear. We dissolve fear. But we need to know and be aware of what is it that we fear. And so that's why we created a second week this week, to utilizing faith to overcome fear.
Yes, yes. So I think this is a good time, Sister Aj, to get into meditation. We've been talking about meditation, the benefits of meditation. So I think this is a good time. Let me just check the comments. I see Sister is.
Before you do that, Sister Umi, let's go over, before we go into meditation, let's go over the reasonings and the benefits of meditation. And people
Yeah.
can decide how would meditation benefit you in your life right now? How would this practice actually help you right now? We have meditation reduces stress and that's stored in the body. Meditation supports emotional healing from generational trauma. Meditation strengthens a sense of identity and self-worth and self-value. Meditation helps regulate the nervous system, reset the nervous system, which is very key in the Black community. Very key. Meditation also improves sleep and rest. We talked about rest and restoration. Meditation boosts your immune functions. Meditation supports mental clarity and decision making. Meditation encourages self-love and compassion, which we all need in the community for ourselves as well as each other. Meditation deepens our spiritual connection, which is key. That's very important in our community. And meditation helps release internalized societal pressure, which a lot of fear comes out of that. And so before we go into meditation, I want everybody to find a proper place or a sacred space to sit upright. You could be in a meditational position or sitting in a chair. If a meditational position on the floor is challenging for you, your hands is upright on your lap, always in the position of receiving. You always want to be open when you meditate. You want to be open to receive, and you also want to be open to give. And we're going to start our meditation. We're just inhaling 4 seconds, if that's what you can do. If you are a person who meditates regularly, you can try to aspire to breathe in deep from the diaphragm, fully into your abdomen, into your pelvic, 7 seconds, in from the soles of your feet all the way up through the top of your crown, your head, your brain. And you want to hold 4 to 7 seconds, depending on your comfort level, and allow the oxygen just to move through the body, just pulling in your energy wherever you may have a void, wherever you may be unfulfilled, wherever there is disappointment, wherever there is worry, wherever there is fear, wherever there is resentment or agitation, anger, stress, and discontentment. That is what you're breathing through. You're not allowing yourself to be consumed by anything negative, anything that is demeaning, anything that is negative. You're allowing your breath to wash and cleanse your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. Think of it as if you're just bathing your entire existence. You're nourishing yourself without consuming or digesting food, but you're still feeding your soul. You're relaxing and restoring your mind. You're enlightening your hearts. Because a lot of us hold a lot of pressure on our heart. When we start having cardiovascular problems and circulatory problems, it's because we're holding a lot of pressure in the heart. So follow your breath. Inhaling from the bottom of your feet all the way to the top of your head. And picture releasing anything that you are in fear of, anything that disempowers you, or anything that makes you feel less than, anything that makes you feel not worthy, not accepted, not validated, which all ushers in fear. When we doubt, when we don't believe, that is how fear is able to feed off of our energy. And so we want to continue to breathe at your own pace. Remember, we've always said that this is a safe, sacred space. There's no right, there's no wrong here. There's no judgment here. There is no one critiquing you or criticizing you here. We just want you to be whole. We want you to be free. We want you to be a sentient being of lights and love and peace and joy and happiness and harmony. All of the things that we know we deserve, that we know we desire, we can be meditation to take ourselves into our zen, into our happy place. We don't have to be stressed. We don't have to be angry. We don't have to suffer. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to hustle. We have everything that we need to be great, to be powerful, to be loving, to be light, to be sensual, to be enlightened. We have everything that we need. We just have to tap back in. We have to reconnect. We have to restore and replenish and rejuvenate and recalibrate our soul. And so we're just utilizing meditation and breath to cleanse, to clear, to clarify, to purify our being. So continue to breathe. Continue to take yourself to that Zen place of peace that you know you deserve. Honor yourself through your breath. Nourish yourself through your breath. Infuse yourself through your breath. Feed yourself through your breath. Hydrate yourself through your breath. Through your breath. Follow your breath. Inhaling up. Deep, deep, deep. You don't have any worries here. You don't have any fear here. You don't have any disappointments here. You can be exactly who the Creator, the Most High, has created you to be. We deserve to be at our best. We deserve to be restored. We deserve to relax. We deserve to be able to recharge ourselves. This is not anything that anybody else can do for you. This is only something you can do for yourself. This is how you reinvent yourself. This is how you reinvigorate yourself. This is how you put the broken pieces back together again. With breath. Breath is love. Breath is peace. Breath is joy. Breath is happiness. Breath is harmony. Breath is life. Breath is love. Give yourself the love. Give yourself the peace. Give yourself the harmony. Give yourself whatever it is that you need through your breath. The one thing that we over acknowledge, or we under acknowledge actually, our breath. The thing that we don't value as much. We value foods and we value pleasure and we value other things that bring dopamine down in the brain, but it's really the breath that's sustaining your life. It's really the breath that's maintaining you. It's really the breath that's nourishing you. It's really the breath that the brain needs to function. It's the breath that the heart needs to beat. It's the breath. It's the breath that the soul needs to vibrate higher. It's the breath. It's the breath, family. The breath. Stay with your breath and just breathe and know that the Most High is, and that we are all part of the Most High. So there's nothing that can destroy us. There is nothing that can destruct us. There is nothing that can dissolve us. We are infinite beings that are here to be and to breathe and to live vibrantly on a very high frequency. And we're just utilizing the breath and the art of meditation to restabilize ourselves, to ground ourselves, to center ourselves, to balance ourselves. It's a beautiful thing to breathe, family. Just take a breath. Put your hand on your heart. Put your hand on your head. Put your hand in the middle of your forehead with your spiritual consciousness, your profile. Put your hand on your throat. Put your hand on your sacral side, your abdomen. You could put your hand if you're in a position to touch your feet, so you can firm. Put your hand on the other side. You can see the front. Deeply and fully. Hold. Purify your blood and relax your mind. and reset. The breath is beautiful. The breath is life. The breath is love. The breath is power. The breath is peace. The breath is just is. Just stop and take a minute and utilize your beautiful breath in every way that you need, every word that you need nourishment. Utilize your breath. Stay with your breath. Smile in your ear. Smile in your mind. And smile in your soul. And just breathe. Just breathe. Just continue to breathe. There's nothing you have to do here. There's nowhere you have to be but here. Just be present in your breath. Just be present in your breath. Continue to breathe. Continue to smile. You know, smiling is something it diminishes when you smile, when you laugh, when you love, when you care, when you listen, when you smile, when you sensitive. That diminishes when you stay when you're in a negative vibration. You're worried, you're out, you don't believe. And life sometimes shows us a lot of challenges that puts us in those states. But all we gotta do is breathe and know that we are one with the Most High. We're always when we breathe. We are with God when we breathe. When you leave your breath, when you lose your breath, you're leaving your God state. You're leaving your God consciousness. When you're cussing and fussing and fighting and fighting and fighting and gossiping and backbiting, you're leaving your breath. I need you to stay with your breath. You need to stay with your God state, your God power, your God consciousness. Whoever you call as your great power, stay with your breath. The first thing we do when we come into this Mother Earth is breathe. The last thing that we will do when we leave this realm, we will take our last breath. It's all about the breath, family. Meditation is all about breathing, taking a pause and being still, and knowing that you are and that you are part of the great I am. Where power, pure, fire, water, earth, ether, power. Your breath is power. Your life with your breath is power. Take one deep, last, nourishing breath. Empower yourself. Enlighten yourself. Illuminate your being. And hold it at the top of your head. You can hold for 4 or 7 seconds. And exhale. And start bringing yourself back. Start wiggling your toes. You're twitching your fingers. And just welcome yourself back. But stay with your breath. And open your eyes.
Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you, Sister Ajay. Ashe, Ashe. Sometimes we get tested. So, for those of you that might have had problems hearing, um, I was prompting you to continue to breathe. And this also is when you are meditating, when you have sat down, or when you lie down, whatever way you choose. The amount of time that you choose to be in that space, you just keep focusing on the breath no matter what happens. Sometimes you get tested. Okay. All right, let me check the comments. Okay. All right, Sister Antisha. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, welcome, Indigo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. All right. Well, you know, we wanted to touch upon fear because fear can paralyze you. And fear is a natural response to threat, to feeling threatened. You could feel threatened by your bills. You could feel threatened by physically threatened by someone. I think overall that we're living in a bubble of where fear is what is happening is which what is attempting to being done is to paralyze us out of our power so that we're so afraid that we just, you know, some people are will embody the fear so much that this is the root cause of their high blood pressure, this is the root cause of a sudden heart attack, of a stroke, of a range of problems. And I think, you know, um Sister Ajay and I talk about this a lot, and as I reflect on it myself, you know, why are we here at this time on earth? Why are we here in this space at this time, um, witnessing what we're witnessing, going through what we're going through? Well, there's another side of fear. And that other side of fear is faith and strength. And what can assist you to get to the faith? Some of you might say, but wait a minute, how can I have faith when, you know, this is happening, you know, that's happening. I lost my job. I don't have all the money that I need to pay my bill. You know, these are real things. But the practice of meditation takes you out of that space in your brain that is looping the fear and brings you to this place in your brain I'm touching here that will give you that loop, that connection to be able to hear God, to hear who, you know, what you call God, because I don't have one way. I respect all of those, whatever you choose to call God, if it's creator, if it's, as long as it's light, then we're talking about the same thing, the same creative force. Wouldn't you
Absolutely.
say so, Sister Ajay?
Yes.
Go by many names. Too many names to call, even names that we don't know of. So can go by many names of your higher power, your spiritual force, your spiritual connector, whoever, whatever name you may call it. It's all respected.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that as I reflect on um, you know, my own journey, You know, I have my own little triggers as well, but I've been practicing meditation for many, many, many years. You know, a few decades now. So when
Wow.
things come up, um, sometimes I allow myself to feel. You know, I might get the fear, I might get the anxiety, I might get the irritation. I'm actually very sensitive. I'm, you know, an empath. And, you know, I have to be really careful because sometimes I pick up other people's, if I observe someone that's fearful or in pain, then I start thinking about them. So I am constantly breathing. And what that does for me, like Sister Ajay mentioned, you know, you can think of it that you're constantly plugging into unlimited power and unlimited healing. And when you are meditating, when you're deep breathing like that, you're making room so you can clearly hear.
Mm-hmm.
That is what is important for us at this time, that we have the channel open directly so that we can hear. You know, you all know that little inner voice maybe told you don't go to work today, and maybe something happened. Maybe there was an accident. Oh, I don't feel like going to work today. Or I'm going to go in a different direction, and you find out, you know, a new shop or something that you were looking at or thinking about. So it helps to develop intuition, and intuition, you know, we talk about wealth. Well, we want to develop that intuition because that is our wealth, to be
Mm-hmm.
able to hear. And we, as melanated people, despite what we've been told and what we experience, we have this higher level ability to hear. We all have it. So meditation helps us to develop it, helps us to come back to the center. Wouldn't you say so, Sister Ajay?
Yeah, it keeps our spiritual connection open because a lot of things that have been designed in this system, in this society, it closes that portal.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so we use meditation to make sure we stay open, to
Yep.
be led, to be directed, to be governed spiritually, because we know what we're being led and governed and advised and told to believe in this society, in this system, is not even the truth. We know that. Most of us know that now. And
Mm-hmm.
so because we've been indoctrinated from our truth, we got to tap back in through meditation to be able to intuitively gain access to the downloads and the messages
Mm-hmm.
that we need to be able to navigate in this world.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we're on the side of destruction,
Right.
self-destruction. And so meditation for me is my connector to my higher power, to make sure I can stay in spiritual alignment where I don't
Mm-hmm.
get pulled out with all of the chaos and all of the
Mm-hmm.
the the matrix, because that sickens us, that affects us on our health in a mental way, in a spiritual way, in an emotional way, and a physical way. Everything that this system has designed affects us
Mm-hmm.
in a negative way. There's really nothing in and of this system that complements our spirit. Nothing. Not
Right.
no
Yeah.
not no liquor store, not no food, not no medication. There's nothing in this capitalistic system that really promotes or exposes us to health and healing and wealth and wellness. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's been created in the system is for our demise. And so if we're
Mm-hmm.
not practicing anything that helps to sharpen us and keep us healthy and broaden our insight and elevate and evolve our spirit and our souls, then that is why we're dying, and that is why we're struggling, and that is why we have fight and flight, and that's why we have
Yes.
fear, because we have disconnected from our spiritual base, our spiritual source. And so meditation is a way to stay connected. That's why I
Mhm.
love it so much, because
Yes.
I had to find a connector. Because if
Mhm.
I didn't, I could definitely be somewhere crazy.
Mhm. Mhm.
According
Mhm.
to this society, I could definitely be somewhere outside of where I need to be. And
And
so,
that's where they want. That's what they
and
want
that's what they
to
want.
happen.
Yes, it
They want
is.
us to not know it's there's nothing new. They want us to be distracted from our true selves.
Yes.
So I see some comments in the chat box.
Love it.
I have been responding to you. So please know we can't bring you in to speak. But here's a question that we'd like to ask you. What are your experiences with meditation? Or do you have any questions that you would like to ask us? Thank you so much, at Natty Dread. At Natty Dreadka. I think I said that right. But thank you, thank you. Natty Dreadka says, "Speak, Queen." So we're getting, Sister Audrey, we're getting a lot of ashes in the
Ashe,
chat box.
family.
Okay,
Oh,
so
we think alike now. When we come together in a circle, ain't nothing new
mhm,
under the sun. There's
that's right.
nothing new under the sun. And that's
Mhm.
why we have to make sure we stay connected, because when we stay connected in these safe, sacred spaces and these platforms, we're able to utilize our unified power.
That's right.
And as
Hmm.
long as they can keep us disconnected, that's when our power is disconnected. It's like
Hmm.
unplugging the power outlet from the wall.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
laying there. It has the ability to be powerful, but you got to pick it up and plug it in.
that's right.
And
Yes.
so that's why we're creating these spaces, so we as one can plug that charger in.
That's right. We
Because
can
I
plug
need
it
you to
in.
charge me, and you need
Hmm.
me to charge you.
Hmm.
And that's just, and if you have a problem with that, you got to talk to the Most High. But we're here
Hmm.
to charge each other.
Hmm. Hmm. Beam ourselves up. Rise
Beam
up.
me
Rise
up.
up. There's
Beam
I
me
don't
up.
use it. I
Tie
don't
me
use
up.
it
I
anymore.
need you. Yes, ma'am.
I
I
don't
need
use
all of my people.
rise up. So rise
Yes.
up may sound like on one level, when we think about rise up, we might think of rise up in this way. However,
Yes.
there's something that I think we both discovered. Yeah, I can rise up this way, but I can rise up so high spiritually, and there's no limit to how high, and
Yes.
connect with our angels, our guides, our ancestors, because we have lightened the load, right? So I think that we're still in January. We're in the last week of January, but as we move through this year, the energy in this year, the unity doesn't necessarily need to be physical unity, but let's strive to be unified in spirit. Like Sister Ajay said, plug in.
Mhm.
We're plugging in together. So then what we're doing while we're together, we create a circuit. I'm not gonna go
Mhm.
too deep into because I can
Yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
we
Yes.
create this circuit, this signature. There's a
Yes.
signature in meditation that
Yes.
just
It's a
like
frequency.
there's a frequency you become, but when we come together, right? When we come together and we meditate, now we start to come back to truly who we originated as. We
Yes.
start to unlock ancestral memories,
Yes. Yes.
ancestral gifts. And then what does that look like? That looks like, that looks like synchronicity. That looks like
Yes.
alignment. That looks like miracles. So yes, absolutely.
Power.
Absolutely. At Back and Natural, we get more powerful. That,
Yes.
there was a time I can talk about it now because I don't use it anymore. But it was a time that I used Rise Up. It's my password, Rise Up with an exclamation point. But the rise
Mm.
up that I was thinking about was rising up spiritually, reminding myself. So every time I tap my password, I'm reminding myself, beam up,
Beam
come
me up.
out
Beam me
of
up.
this, out of this mess. This is
Yes.
not us. This is not our people. This is not what we created. This
Mm-mm.
is what we find ourselves in. Well, you know what? Um, as we move through the weeks, you know, take note, become more reflective of, your meditation practice and the out picturing. So, what I mean by that, start to take notice how things shift. The more you go within, the more you will see shifting outside
Yes.
of yourself, but you have to practice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you have
And
to.
practice, the millennials, I first heard it. I went to one of my clients' daughter's games, and one of the girls came out that was nominated, and she said, "Do it scared." I said, "I
Mm-hmm,
love it.
mm-hmm. Do it
Do
scared.
it scared." So
Mm-hmm.
even when you have fear, meditate.
Yeah.
Use that time to meditate. When you feel scared or fearful
Mm-hmm,
about something, meditate. That's how meditation and faith can overcome fear.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Stand on power.
I think about okay, I was gonna say I think about this song that one of the songs in my father's church. My father passed on or transitioned in November. So I find now when I'm in these spaces, sometimes I start hearing these songs. And one song that I'm thinking of is I Surrender All.
Mm.
I surrender all. They sing it nice and slow. Now they are talking about surrendering to the Spirit of Christ. However, there are many different ways to define the same spiritual practice. If you are surrendering, even if you are a Christian and your lens is that way, if you are surrendering to the Spirit of Christ, you are surrendering your breath to that Spirit as well. If that is not, if Christianity is if it is not what you're vibrating to, um, when you continuously, when Sister Ajay urged you to come back to the breath, to breathe deeply, you are surrendering to your breath. And
Hmm.
if you are surrendering to your breath, you are surrendering to the spirit that created you,
Absolutely.
that which is higher than you. So, what I'm beginning to notice as I acclimate to my father being an ancestor now. He was very religious, but what I'm noticing, he was also spiritual within it, but maybe didn't realize it. Is that
Hmm.
a lot of what he acclimated to and the way he acclimated to it really was quite metaphysical. Because if you surrender all in your breathing, in your meditation, surrender, meaning surrender your negative thoughts, let them be, let them go about their business, surrender the fear, surrender whatever emotions are not working for you. Because you are coming back to the breath, meaning you continuously focus on the next breath. This will elevate you. It absolutely will. Um, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sister at Back and Natural. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I'm learning so many lessons as well. It's an interesting process. I'm noticing how, that could be another top it, but I'm noticing the different ways ancestors can.
Well, you're talking about, someone, transcending. And I think
Mhm.
a big thing in our Black community is that we fear death.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so, that's where we got to get stronger, because energy don't die, especially our energy.
Right. Right. Right.
And so meditation is all about metaphysical and energy and broadening and heightening your energy. And so when we empower ourselves through the art of meditation, intuitively our minds and our thoughts will change about a lot of the things that we have fear about. Because I know meditation has helped me not fear death. I don't fear death, because all of us got to
Mhm.
go.
Mhm.
What I
Mhm.
do make sure that I do is focus on how I'm living.
That's deep
And so
truth right there. Yep.
whenever it's my time, because my mom always say she had a friend and he would walk around and say, "It ain't my time yet. It ain't my time. It ain't my time yet." But we all have a time. We don't know when that time is, but let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the time, the present day that we
That's
know that
right.
we have,
How
instead of
can we
fearing,
live?
right,
Mhm.
instead of fearing something that we don't know. We just develop, spiritually develop, stronger, empower ourselves, live
Mhm.
our best, very best life, doing each other good, sharing, caring, doing all the things that in our culture we prioritized. We
Mhm.
have to make sure we take care of ourselves and we take care of each other.
Mhm.
And that will also dissolve fear,
Mhm.
because
Absolutely.
you don't feel alienated when you're sharing. You don't feel
That's
alienated
right.
when you're
Yeah.
caring. You don't feel alienated when you're showing compassion.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
don't feel alone. You got your folks, you got
You
your
got
people,
your
you got
folks.
your support
Mhm.
circle. You know that I can go and I can get empowered when I'm feeling low, when I'm feeling fearful. I got my peoples. The
Mhm.
fact is that we're doing too much alone. We feel alone, and that
Absolutely.
that breeds fear. That
Mhm.
darkness when somewhere cold. No, no, no. We are the light.
Mhm. Mhm. We are the
And when
light.
you know who you came from and what you came from, there is no fear,
That's
because
right.
we are all made from the Most High.
I I just had this well, I'm getting kind of like these different messages. And
Mm.
I'm hearing, a response to individuals that might say, I hear what you're saying, but I'm breathing and everything, but I'm still worried about this thing. I'm still
Mm-hmm.
fearful. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I have a little, technique for you. One thing for all of us, one thing that we need to remember is that our thoughts, and let's
Mm.
extend that to our imaginations, right?
Mm.
They are unlimited. So, for anyone that is meditating, and that can be natural too. It's not every time that you meditate, the first few moments, you're going to be like, oh, thoughts come up, they come up, they come up. It happens to me too. That's why
Mm-hmm.
it's important to come back to bring the
The
focus
breath.
back to the breath, back to the inhale and the exhale. But I like to try these little techniques. Like maybe you could write down, imagine, you're just imagining that you're writing, if the fear is so much for you, you're writing down in that meditation, imagine that you're writing down what you are afraid of. And maybe you place it in a balloon. Remember, you're imagining, there's no limitation. And just watch it fly away. Or
Mm.
place the fear, maybe you write it on a piece of paper in your imagination, and you place the fear in the ocean, or you place the fear on a river so that you can
Mm.
see the pieces of paper go away. Or This is actually something you could do um, as a activity outside of meditation, but I'm giving you visual images that you can use to assist yourself while you're breathing if that fear just keeps interrupting, you know. Or you can imagine that you wrote down what you're afraid of on a piece of paper and you stripped it up into tiny pieces and gently placed it in a candle flame so that you can watch the smoke and watch it just go away. We have to learn what I would call spiritual technology because
Mhm.
there's a lot of that we can do through meditation that
Yeah.
will assist us. So that just kind of came through. Maybe that's something that we will talk about in another call. But I just want to read the comments. Natty Dredka, talk about it. Honoring my ancestors and meditation has kept me at peace since my mama transitioned last June. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Condolences to you. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Singing
Yes.
I Surrender All always connects me to her and holding space for you. Look at that. Yeah. So both of our parents like that song. It
Hmm.
came to me. I didn't think about it all day long, but I'm recognizing what happens, Um,
Yes.
and Bridget, you said our ancestors are taking us higher. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're here to help us.
Yeah. It's time.
Um,
I'm
Bridget
excited.
said she stopped fearing death years ago and live in the present at Nachi Dread. Love that. Spiritual technology. Yeah, we there are things that we can do. There are things that we can use to assist ourselves. We have more control over our minds than
Yeah.
they want
They've
us to
used
discover.
spiritual technology to create the technology that they have.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's what they
Absolutely.
tapped into.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
we're everything that is.
And more. We just
Mm-hmm.
have to open ourselves up to it. So, I'm just scanning the comments again. There's good energy from all of you that are participating. I definitely,
Give thanks. Give
I
thanks.
definitely can feel it. I can feel us, and I can also feel our ancestors here. And I just give thanks. I just give thanks in this moment. Um, mm. Sister Ajay, anything, anything you'd like to share? Or would you like to start sharing a little bit about, how people can come to you, what you can.
Yes. At Sweet Spot, we really utilize the art of vaginal hydrotherapy. I'm certified in the art of wellness. We use foot detox. We use chakra and aura clearing and balancing. I teach a chakra class to allow people to know how to keep their nervous system, set, because our energy is being zapped every day. And we have to learn how to restabilize our energy and keep our
Absolutely.
energy vibrant, because that is the key to how they utilize or use sickness against us. And so we have a detox studio. We've been in the downtown Atlanta area for 12 years now. And we use the art of detoxification, and you will meditate there as well.
Mm-hmm.
We meditate first and foremost, because when people come in, they're heavy. They have a lot of fear. They have a lot of worry. They have a lot of doubt, resentment, unforgiveness, a lot of things
Mm-hmm.
that be heavy on our spirit and our souls, that before we can open up and detox and release and cleanse our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, we have to meditate with the breath. Meditation also ushers and allows the herbs to get into and infuse the skin, the tissues, the pores, released into the blood and then into your organs. So we start off with the art of meditation, because energy follows oxygen. If you
Yes.
have low oxygen, you got low energy.
Low energy. That's right.
And so that's why the breath is so very important. And then we go through a lot of different rituals and ceremonies depending on the energy that's in the building and what the women need. But I started with the women and was assigned by spirit and ancestors to start with the womb, because everyone has came through the womb. There's not a person
That's
on this
right.
call that has not come through a Black woman's womb, no matter what culture, creed, nationality you are. The Black woman is the mother. And we have to go back there to get all of our answers and all of our downloads and all of our messages. We got to clear out the toxicity. We got to clear out the fear and the resentment and the disappointment and the trauma.
Right.
And the only way that we can really release that deep inside of our DNA. And when I talk about releasing from the womb, I'm not only talking about your womb, I'm talking about your mother's womb and your mother's mother's womb and your mother's 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 womb, because that's how deep the Black womb goes back. And so in order for us to rise and elevate and evolve, we got to release a lot of the trauma and a lot of the resentment that we have and the experiences, the negative experiences that we may have endured in this life. We have to leave it in the pot. And so this is an African healing modality that has been used for many, many centuries. This is not anything that I've created or anyone. The Asians, the Japanese, the Koreans, they all get it from Africa. And so we use it as a rites of passage. We use it as a ceremony of truth. We use it as self-reflection and self-assessment, so we can really be transparent with our sacred self to see what it is that we need to let go of so we can step into our new. And so that's what we do at Sweet Spot as a certified holistic wellness coach. I'm gonna be there right there for you, sitting at your feet. We do our young women, which is carrying a lot of weight. We got my oldest client is like 80 something years old. Women who have even had hysterectomies, you still got a womb. You still got a womb. I don't care. You still got a womb. You still holding. We still need to release. We still need to let go. We still need to renew. We still need to recharge. We need to reset. Because a lot of times our elders is holding on to old habits and old mannerisms that's keeping them from their greatness. And so any woman can sit on that pot, and we have always taken care of each other. And so I'm there as a sister, as a queen sister, as a comrade, as an auntie, as anything, any position that a Black woman can play, as a mother, to my young girls that come in and don't have their mother anymore, have an adverse relationship with their mother. Then I'm playing the part of your mother. I'm holding your hand. I'm walking you through. I'm guiding you. And I don't claim to know everything, but I know what I know. And I love my people. And I want my people to be well. I want my people to be healthy. I want my people to be vibrant. I want my people to get their birthright of greatness. And so that's why I do this work. So if you need to tap in, if you lost yourself, if you ever need to reset or recalibrate, recharge, I'm at www.sweetspotatlanta.com. You can call me, you can email me. If you want to just come in for a wellness consultation, you can do that. We got to be there for each other, fam. We got to be there for each other. It's a lot of heavy times right now. And some people don't have their mothers, they don't have their grandmothers, they don't have family. And even if you got family, sometimes when we have family, they act up. Right. So we just got to make a family out of your community. And so that's what we're doing at Sweet Spot. And so I'm thankful. I'm grateful.
Thank you, Sister Ajay. And what we're going to close with is we'll have a flyer with a QR code that when you scan that QR code, you can contact both of us. I
And
also,
Sister Umi, I also want you to let the audience know what it is that you do with
yes, I was getting
readings
ready to do
and
that.
all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So as I'm Stay Along the Path Productions LLC, but under that with Crystal Visions Healing Center, all online so far, right? What I offer is I love to provide self-healing and empowerment coaching. And I do that in a variety of ways. Uh, in terms of using oracles, um, to really tune into what is God uh, wanting you to know about your
Mm,
own development. When people hear oracle readings, sometimes they say, "Oh, they're going to tell me something about my future, or they're going to tell me something bad, or whatever the
mm,
case may be." I don't do my readings like that. I allow spirit to guide me on what the person needs to know. Now, the way it comes out, I might end up telling a story. I might end up talking about different animals, colors, whatever comes through, but you will know what it is that it means, because part of what my goal is to activate the intuition inside of you. I'm just
I
going
like
to
that.
be a guide. And I like to do that because when I do a reading, I always let, even if we're doing it in an online environment, I'll wave the cards. I always take another deck. I usually use two decks. One that I intuitively read from, and then the other deck, I'm going to ask you to pick a card, because
Mm,
I say that, it's not just me. I'm just a guide, guiding you with the energy and the messages that are there for you that maybe you're not hearing. And
mm,
always, 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 I love when the person picks their own card and it compliment out of another deck, they chose it, and they look at it and they read the meaning, or I read the meaning, whichever, whether we're in person, and they
right.
say, "Oh, well, this goes along with this." So I consider myself a self-healing and empowerment coach. That's one.
Ashe.
I'm also a teacher. I also offer classes, but right now I'm feeling more. What I'm hearing is really do more coaching. We need to embrace each other. We need to help each other. And all of the things that I learned and experienced all these years are not for me to just talk about, "Oh, this happened, that happened." It's for me to help other sisters and brothers,
Mm-hmm.
to rise up. We
Yes,
can be, we can live through these times, but not just survive through these times. We
yes,
can take back what it is that we were taken away from, but we have to first rise up. And
yes, yes.
meditation like
Ashe,
do that.
Ashe,
Um,
Ashe, Ashe.
so let me just read some of the comments. Yes, yes, sir. So, Sister Sabrina is in the house, and
Hey,
she
Sister
is
Sabrina.
excited and looking forward to being there with you, Sister AJ, next month.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for y'all.
Yes.
If there's a way that I could squeeze out
Mm,
and come
mm,
down to, then I
mm,
might
mm,
do so. But she's reminding that, even more higher vibration attunement and unity is about to happen. Thank
mm.
you, it says Brown Barbara. I'm going to read it how it says it. You're welcome. You're welcome. And Bridget says she loves Sweet Spot and we're
Mm.
into
Thank
healing.
you, Bridget.
Mind,
Thank
body,
you.
and soul. AJ is on point. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's the
I
spot.
appreciate. I give
Um,
thanks.
we are meant to thrive. Absolutely. We are
Yes.
meant to live life. Not, well, some people, not afterwards, but you know,
Now.
we are meant to live in the now with our God selves or goddess
Mm-hmm.
selves.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
means that even in times like this, you know, I'm going to take even out. Despite times like this, we can be joyful. We can
Yes,
be healthy.
we
We
deserve it.
can be prosperous because what we are seeing, another way to look at what we are seeing is that which is not of us, that which is not of what you might call God, what is not of the light, is falling apart. It's imploding.
Yep.
I'm not going to go too much into it. We all have an idea. But what I am feeling and what
Mm-hmm.
I encourage each and every person on this call to open themselves to is to look for, be open to meeting the sisters and brothers who are functioning on that high vibration. I say, let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. It's, you know, it's time for us, those of us that the ancestors tapped on our shoulders. If you're in this call, the ancestors probably tapped on your shoulder to be here. Tapped on your shoulder, gave you some gifts, you know, something. It's time to use them. Time to, you know, embrace them. Time.
Yes.
So I hear, let's go. It's time to go. Let's get ready. You
Mm-hmm.
know. So this is all part of why Sister Ajay and I are here. We listened. We listened to the very clear message that this needed to be done, and we are just so grateful for each and
Mm-hmm.
every one of you
Yes.
here
Yes.
tonight. I invite you to tell your friends, tell your melanated sisters. Let me, you
Yes.
know, say that. Tell your melanated sisters we want the melanated sisters because we want to vibrate on the uniqueness and the energy of who we are. So when
Yeah,
it's
we
us in
need,
the room,
we deserve to have spaces where we can just talk amongst our melanated
that's right.
selves.
That's right.
We have a lot of other spaces where we have to conform
That's
and we
right.
have to change and we have to alter. But we deserve to have some sacred spaces just
That's
for us as well. Other people have spaces just for them.
that's
And
right.
it's not about being racist. I just tell
Mhm.
people it's about being race first.
It's
We
about
got to
being
we got to utilize our power without nobody else interfering or intervening or saying, well, why did you say it like that? And what did you mean by that? And you know, we always have to clarify and verify ourselves. We
absolutely.
know what each other mean when we come together as one. I know with Sister Umi, that's why I be sitting shaking my head because I can feel it. I can
That's
feel it.
right.
When I hear comments coming over, I can feel.
Yeah.
So when we come together, when it's just us in a circle, we can feel what other people don't know. You're not
That's
going to be
right.
able to understand.
They're
And we
not going to
ain't
be
got
able to
time
understand.
to make sure you understand. That's
Yeah,
the
just
problem now. We've been making sure everybody can understand
and
us and we're not,
tiptoeing. We have
you
to
know,
try to
explaining. And no,
conform,
I don't have
blend
to
in.
explain.
No, 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 no. So the sisters in the room are definitely in agreement. Race first, race first.
Yes,
And I'm also going to drop this. You know, when there's an initiation, everybody is not invited.
that's right.
Only the
I
ones
said,
that are the initiates.
mm-hmm.
That so therefore we are the initiates. We know we have a similar vibrational code, a similar
Mm,
vibrational frequency. It's in our melanin. Okay, so therefore, um, we deserve to be in spaces where we can activate that.
absolutely.
All
I
right.
love it.
So that we, you know, we tie it all up. It comes back into meditation. Um, Past making other people comfortable. That's right. Yeah. It's not about making other people comfortable. What we are witnessing, is, complete chaos. So, we may as well say, okay, you know what? Let's find ways to gather together. And I love in the last couple of weeks, I've, been hearing the word tribe. Well, there's such power in that. So let's go. Let's tap into our spiritual tribes, tap into our friendly tribes. What I mean by that, you might be in one tribe and you might, see similarities with another tribe. And what I'm really saying is different, just bringing it down, different brothers and sisters that at this time are also vibrating in a similar spiritual way. So that's right. That's right, Bridget. Let's go. Let's go. Let's rise. Let's breathe. I'm going to leave you with one last nugget. When there's something really, 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 maybe it's really difficult, really heavy on me that, I'm going into meditation, but I keep thinking about the thing. So then one of the spiritual meditation techniques I might use then is I start to imagine, hold on now, remember I said there's no limit on imagination. So what I'm about to say, I want you to be open to the possibility of it. This is imagination. So I will imagine that I'm first seeing myself, that my eyes are closed and I'm breathing, that I'm seeing myself from maybe the ceiling. And then I will imagine that I'm seeing myself from, hovering over the house. And then I will imagine that I'm seeing myself from the sky. Imagination is powerful. You don't have to tell it how to do it. You just have to be open to do it. Okay. And then if I really feel I want to put icing on top of the dessert or whatever the case may be, I imagine that I'm seeing myself from space. Well, I want to say to all of you, that's what I call kind of like spiritual technology. When I come back from that meditation, anytime I've done it, not only am I calm and out of that fear or anxiety space, but whatever it was that had me all hemmed up falls into place without me necessarily taking any action, or I might get specific instructions, not right away, maybe while I'm doing something else. So I just share that. Those are some of you can play. Play is not the word. You can expand and explore what your imagination can do when you unify it with your breath. And, we will continue in our upcoming live streams to explore and give you other, nuggets, other little tips, other techniques that we have experienced and tried. So I want to say to each and every person on the call, for those who might not have been commenting in making comments in the box, but watching, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gratitude for joining us. And we look forward to having you join us again.
Yes.
As we, close out this live stream, and you take this energy into the evening with you, remember, as often as you can, just continue to focus on your breath. Continue to go within. Continue to allow yourself to expand. All right, Sister Ajay, any closing words?
Just follow your breath. Follow your soul. Let your soul navigate you through this time. Don't overwhelm your mind. The mind can't be in control of everything. That's why we meditate, so we can allow the soul to rise. The soul is who we must listen to. The soul knows. Never forget that. And when you breathe, you awaken and nourish the soul so the soul can give you your directions and your guidance. And
Mhm.
so know that breath nourishes and awakens the soul. So stay with your breath.
Oh, I love that. And with that, we're going to say good night. We're
Good
going
night.
to place the flyer. You can
Yes.
scan the QR code if you want to get in contact with us. And we will see you
Next week.
next